The Sweet 16 continues on CBS. Hello, friends. Jim Nance and Billy Packer, and old rivals from the Big East. Now Boston College, of course, in its first year in the ACC. These two teams, they know one another. You've got the great forwards of BC, the guards of Villanova. Let's start with the Wildcats.
This is amazing. We have two of the greatest guards ever to play together at Villanova, playing incredible basketball in the NCAA tournament, coming up big in the backcourt as expected. Two All-American caliber players. And for Boston College, the two best forwards that ever played for their school, Smith and Dudley, and both of them are playing great in this tournament. Jim, this is a game of contrast. Which team can get the other one to play their game will be the answer.
I know you love the matchup. Here are the starting players in BC's lineup. It's been the same one every single game this season. And Villanova with Sheridan, Foy, Ray, Nardi, and Lowry. This game brought to you in HDTV by Harris Corporation, world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. Vern Harris, J.D. Collins, Hal Lusk are the officials who will govern the game. Michael Stewart is the alternate, and Villanova in the white jerseys, as Sheridan will go up against Oates. They met twice a year ago, split in the regular season when they both were in the Big East, and now they meet again.
Jim, I predict this is going to be one of the most emotional, physical, competitive matchups we've seen in NCAA tournament play in all the years that we've done it.
Wow.
They know each other. They love to compete against each other, and they have the personnel that's interesting to match up with.
Inside, Marshall with the pass from Smith.
Smith is the best big interior passer in college basketball. He sits down low, he's got great hands, and for a big man, he's unbelievably patient when he gets the ball.
They showed you that right there.
And you know who he's guarding? Nardi. Nardi has been having a very quiet NCAA tournament, so they've got Smith on Nardi in this matchup.
Why that matchup for Smith?
Well, I think that they don't want him, obviously, to be playing any of the other quick guards on this team. You can't put him on Lowry. He'll penetrate against him, so they're saying Nardi is a perimeter player only. Nardi's got to figure out early in the game if they're going to put Smith on me, see if I can't penetrate. Here comes that Villanova zone pressure.
Here's Dudley, the other star forward, who can also handle the ball with great aplomb.
Just exactly what BC wants to do, turn this into a half-court game.
Oates too strong on the three, and a foul against BC.
Oates not a factor offensively for BC, but he will take outside shots. Surprise you with that. I don't know if that's the kind of shot you want to take right off in this ball game.
There's head coach Al Skinner and his team after an 0-3 greeting by the ACC. Boy, did they turn things around. Finished third in the Atlantic Coast Conference this year behind Duke and North Carolina, and lost in the ACC Conference Tournament Championship game by 2 to Duke. That foul was on Oates after he missed the three, committed the foul. Now Nardi driving and had a good move on Smith.
Yeah, he's got to make that. That was good recognition by Nardi, though. He's saying, okay, Smith cannot handle me out there, but he's going to have to deliver when he makes that drive.
Now it's Sheridan out high with Smith. Marshall waits, puts up the jumper and hits it. His 100th game at Boston College, and Sean Marshall with a quick 4.
Jim, I would say, if anything, because these two teams played each other last year in conference play, splitting ball games, both winning at home, I think that favors somewhat BC, because it's very unusual to play against a team that's got 4 guards like this club has.
Going back to Boston College, and there's Jay Wright.
An unusual thing, Jay Wright coached this past summer Smith in the World University game, so he'd have a little bit of knowledge there. Very dangerous pass, cross-court, back-court.
Sets it up for the three-point shot, and again it's Marshall.
So far, the full-court pressure is being handled beautifully by Boston College, throwing over the top of the smaller guards. And Dudley over here on Ray. You got to take advantage of that quickness.
Boy, like Ray, misses his first attempt, and that's last touch by the Wildcats.
How about Lowry going against Smith, sticking his nose right in there?
Well, here again, the opposites attract, do they? Look at the front court, back court matchup.
It is amazing, isn't it? Some contrast of style. And here we see Villanova, they're going to stay right with this 1-2-2 full court pressure. Boston College throwing over the top to taller people. Good recovery.
In it, bouncing it in. Marshall will bring it back out. 7 for Marshall, none to this point. Nothing for Villanova, and hit it on the drive, banks it home. What a start.
Jay Wright's got to take a timeout here. His team not matching up very well.
His team did not trail once through the first 2 rounds, but they're down 9-0 to open this one.
Ted Ferguson, Bud Light Daredevil.
Today for a Bud Light, I'll attempt a stunt that no man should ever perform. I'll go shopping with my girlfriend during today's game.
This stuff is so cute. I'm gonna go try it all on.
Hey, time! Yes! Oh, he's down! Ted, can you hear me? Everybody focus. All right, get it off. Clear. Let's go. Who's winning? We are, Ted.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Check out Chevy Cobalt LS with an EPA estimated 34 highway miles per gallon. Get a 2006 Cobalt LS Coupe with an MSRP starting at $12,990. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. See your local Chevy dealer.
Check it out. I got the NCAA March Madness, baby.
You don't have March Madness.
What? Look at me.
Can you follow your favorite teams with just 2 clicks of a button?
No.
Is your bracket with you at all times and constantly updated?
Oh.
Then you don't have March Madness. You have March Sadness.
Well, check this out. Singular MediaNet. Latest scores, breaking news, bracket challenge. If you've got Singular, you can personalize your phone for college hoops.
You want to see what else I painted?
No.
Singular, raising the bar.
Some things you just can't copy, like Wendy's original spicy chicken sandwich. A big, juicy whole breast filet, covered with our own fiery blend of peppers and spices. For more meat and more heat. Don't clown around with copies. Do what tastes right.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
Colon cancer is often avoidable, and the sooner it's detected, the easier it is to treat.
Visit cbscares.tv or call the American Cancer Society to learn about screening options.
It could save your life.
CBS Cares.
An agent assigned to protect her.
Our stalker's someone she knows.
Now he could be the next victim.
He's calling from inside the house.
No! New Criminal Minds Wednesday.
An explosive start here for the Eagles. Jim Nance, Billy Packer. It takes 6 wins, claim the championship, and these 4 are halfway home. 3 wins to go. Will it come from that side of the bracket?
Boy, they all had to earn it last night, didn't they? That was a great game.
What a night. What a tournament it's been. Cunningham is in for Villanova, number 33.
Lowry trying to turn that corner again and takes Oates. Now, you're going to watch Lowry throughout the course of this game. This guy is fearless. It's unbelievable. And he turns the corner on bigger people by lowering that shoulder, getting close to the ground. And he doesn't worry about going inside and making things happen. He likes to kick out.
Second foul on Oates as Villanova again comes out of the break with a bigger lineup, bringing in 6'9" freshman Dante Cunningham. Gave him 31 big minutes against Arizona in the second round win.
Nice play by Dudley. They'll double team on Foy or Ray. Nice looking jump shot, nothing there, and there's Smith with those great hands. They'll double team and give up Cunningham the shot if he's going to play in the perimeter.
Dudley with the 3 off the mark. Sheridan pulls it away for Villanova.
Dudley had the incredible game, his all-time career game against Villanova last year. There's the split of the double team.
Shot put up wildly, almost dropped for Alvin Ray.
Dudley last year, 12 for 18, 36 points against this Villanova club.
Near the end of this game, we'll select the Chevrolet player of the game from each team to honor the determination and outstanding play of the individual, and Chevrolet makes a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. That was on Craig Smith, so 2 coming up for Alvin Ray.
Jim, I don't think any team in the country has guards that split the double team better than in the case of Lowry and Ray and Foy of Villanova. They see it coming, they anticipate the double team, they use the crossover dribble, go right in between it, and then of course they've got the numbers in their favor.
Well, they're off to this slow start. Now can Ray hit the second one? First point on the board.
Now he's a 90% free throw shooter. Here's the pickup. Now they've changed. They're picking up man-to-man now full court as opposed to the zone trap. Nice breakout by Hinnant.
Hinnant feeds the corner and drive it in. Was it a charge?
Yep. How many times do you see a guard stop and get himself out of control? He's got to stop at the foul line and make this play. As he glides, picks up the charge.
Lowry drawing it.
If he stops at the foul line, he can make the same pass and never have that chance to draw that charge.
Only thing that's gone wrong for BC to this point, 4 fouls in the first 4 minutes.
And that could be critical. There's that split again of the double team.
Lowry lays it in for the first field goal of the game for Villanova.
That is a real art and something that coaches around the country will be studying, because it's something everybody tries to do now with the hedge move defensively. You got to get guards that can split just like that. Low to the ground, strong shoulder turn. First time inside to Smith.
Smith goes high with it and drops it home.
Is he having a tournament or not, Jim?
Just going back to the ACC tournament as well.
5 straight double-doubles. He has just played outstanding basketball. He's coming in this tournament. He's got a 25-point game and a 22-point game.
Ray with Dudley defending, and the long rebound to Cunningham. Comes off a season-high 9 boards last week. Ray, another chance. Not this time either. But Lowry brings it back out. And Lowry, he can get some rebounds for a 6'1" guard.
Well, what he's so good at, he can finish inside, but he can go inside, turn on the dime, and then fire that ball out. He has a good memory as where everybody. That's a charge.
That's going right back as Lowry had drawn one. This time it goes the other way. Hinnant's able to return the favor. BC with an 11-3 lead.
America's brand salutes college basketball's best. The all-new 2007 Chevy Tahoe.
Don't you know that I'm loving you? In a God of freedom, baby. Don't you know that I'll always be true?
Need a little flower power? Our retirement specialists can help. Call 1-800-FIDELITY. Smart move.
Buying a home is more than the number of bedrooms and bathrooms.
Can't imagine making a purchase like that without having someone you can trust.
Somebody with integrity protecting you.
Ethics are crucial.
Honesty and dependability.
I can't call myself a realtor unless I complete ethics training.
Realtors adhere to a strict code of ethics, so you know you'll be treated honestly. Ask if your agent is a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
They live and work by a code of ethics, and that was really important to me.
We had a gig in half an hour.
But with my allergies, I wasn't all there. I just couldn't sing.
I told her, you need Claritin D.
And I got Claritin Clear. Claritin D relieved my worst symptoms and cleared my terrible congestion and sinus pressure fast. And I wasn't drowsy.
Told you, nothing works stronger, faster, or longer.
Live Claritin Clear.
I want to go over a few things before you leave for Oslo. 80 gig, titanium, Wi-Fi, secure. Should you find yourself sans laptop, check in with this. Bluetooth, broadband, built-in camera.
Secure.
If it's on our network, it's secure.
Encrypted, hacker-proof, titanium.
It's a pen.
Security, powered by Cisco.
And now our Southwest Airlines sideline report. This Boston College team, Billy, we visited yesterday with Al Skinner, facing many adversities this inaugural season in the ACC, exiting the Big East and all that went with that. And every place he felt they went on the road in the ACC, they were given a little bit of an extra, little welcoming.
Well, you know, and there's a good steal by Lowry, a lazy pass by Smith.
Shields the body, too, for the layup.
Good call there, Jim. You see, he slowed down so that there was no opportunity for the shot to be blocked, and then exploded at the end. And this is what Villanova has got to do. They've got to force tempo with their press.
And a
throw. 2 in a row.
Dudley turns it over.
Lowry scores on 1, forces 2 turnovers. He is some competitor.
70 steals on the season for Lowry.
Now Dudley out to Lowry on the switch. It's a tough matchup for him. Nice switch over there by Smith. Good double team.
Ray has to call the timeout. He got pinned on the baseline. But Villanova with a little flurry here. After being down 9-zip, now 11-5.
Start with a fresh brewed cup of McDonald's Richer, Bolder Premium Roast Coffee. Add a warm, delicious McGriddles breakfast sandwich, and you've just brought your morning into life-affirming focus. Wake up and smell your life.
Class of '94, here I come.
When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, Moose.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
All 4 #1 seeds.
Well, they've never made it. We've had 3. And, of course, the SEC with LSU in, and with an opportunity in our second game to put 2 teams in the Elite 8 with Florida coming up.
And that's not going to happen this year with Duke going out last night. With the #1 seeds, we got #1 here, Villanova, in this Minneapolis bracket, taking on the 4 seed Boston College. Ray still trying from out there, and he is way off early.
Another long rebound captured by these guards from Villanova. It's amazing how they have a nose for the ball.
Lowry drives baseline underneath. Traveled.
Oh, that could have been a foul on Smith. He put that big body out there. Lowry probably should have made contact with him and picked up the second one on Smith. Now, Jim, what this press is doing, I realize they've created 2 turnovers, but it's keeping Boston College from getting into their half-court offense where Smith and Dudley operate so well. And there's that patience to Smith. Nobody coming to meet the ball.
Keita McClain is in for Boston College, #5. Smith gets it to McClain, and he's hit from behind. Foul on Foy.
And this is what Jay Wright's nightmare will be. If Boston College, with about 20 seconds left on the shot clock, can get the ball to the top of the key and get in their half-court set, there are going to be mismatches inside size-wise that really can't be overcome by Villanova.
Marshall comes off a screen, thought about it, brings it back out high. Here's Hinnett. Good contact in here, whipped over by Smith. Marshall with the 3. He was hot at the start, and off on that one. Pulled down by Foy. A little slow now.
Hurt his ankle. Yeah, he hurt his ankle on that play. But got another guard rebound in traffic.
They already bring Nardi off the bench to check in, presumably for Foy.
Foy is bouncing on that ankle, getting it loosened back up. I think he's going to be all right. These are tough kids from Villanova. Nice turn off the pass.
5 on the shot clock. Ray may be unaware.
Well, that was a terrific job by Dudley. Look at where he has to shoot that ball from.
And a shot clock violation. Never touched the rim.
Great defensive play by Dudley. Very smart.
Nardi comes in, and Ray is out.
And look at who Lowry's matched up with. Marshall. Probably given up, what would you say, Jim? 35 pounds and 5 inches.
That's about right. Yep. Maybe even more weight than that.
Yep. But he'll go right down there nose to nose. There's another turnover.
Cunningham. Smith closing in on him. Cunningham dunks it down.
And by Villanova pushing Boston College about 2 feet out further than they want to be on their half-court offense. They've turned the ball over on them 3 times now. Smith really angry with what happened there.
Hinnant passes up the open three, feeds Dudley, blows the layup, a second chance, fouled before the shot.
That's not going to happen often. Dudley's a terrific finisher in traffic. There it is, the throw away, and Smith did the right thing here, not trying to go for the block. He's got one foul, doesn't need to pick up a second. So we've got 2 easy layups for Villanova and 2 turnovers in addition to that. And here comes Rice into the ball game. Can be an explosive score. That gives Lowry a guy he can look at eye to eye, but Lowry's going to come out.
Yeah, Alan Ray will take his position. That last foul was on Nardi. So we'll keep an eye on Rice, number 4. Freshman sharpshooter. Here he is.
Has no shot that he doesn't like. But he has to be patient in a game like this. Another turnover.
Yeah, Cunningham tipped it, forced the steal. Nardi, no foul, and Smith comes away with it.
Another very intelligent play by Dudley. Here comes Rice.
Back out into the lane, and he sets up McLean for the easy shot.
Now, Rice may be quicker, Jim, than any of the Villanova guards, and that's hard to believe, but he can really explode.
You have to go a long way to be quicker than Lowry, who gets a signal to check back in.
Rice had 14 against Montana. He had 11 against Pacific, so having a real good tournament coming off the bench. They'll give Cunningham that shot. You see, they double team and leave Cunningham alone.
Sheridan, that one rattles out, and McLean coming in with a basket and a rebound from the bench.
Illegal screen by McLean, gets by with it.
And another shot. Beautiful from the
pass
outside for Dudley.
That's a beautiful pass by Rice. Cross court. Dudley holding his ground out there. And as I mentioned, Dudley had his career game against Villanova last year with that 36 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. The big thing missing in those 2 matchups last year, of course, is Sumter for Villanova, who played extremely well, particularly in the second game with 20 points, but he will not be playing in this one because of the injury.
Foy and Ray have not hit a shot.
That looked good.
0 for 7 combined, the two, with Ray misfiring on all 5 of his attempts. Hinnant, that was 1 step too many. So they've shut down the 2 stars for Villanova to this point. Foy and Ray. Boston College shooting 64%. Cunningham with the breakaway dunk, but an 8-point lead, Eagles.
Available features like 8-way power heated driver's seat, Bose premium sound system, and remote start with climate control. Introducing the all-new Impala. It's a whole new animal. Chevy Impala, an American revolution. See your local Chevy dealer.
Five, four, and the crowd goes wild.
Let's put your kids' dreams within reach. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Shop today and you could instantly win a VIP trip to the 2007 NCAA Men's Final Four or one of millions of Lowe's prize cards.
No, not the cash. Not the watch. I know. Yes, yes, yes.
Two morons or the greatest candy bar ever? Take 5, taste, and believe.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Whoa! Unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Wow! Paid actors or the greatest candy bar ever? Take 5, taste, and believe.
I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
No matter where you're headed, there's a Choice Hotel nearby, including Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clarion, and Mainstay Suites. Right now, just stay 2 times and earn a free night with Choice privileges. For reservations, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Greg, Seth, and Clark in New York to update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. What's happening is George Mason has started the game. Wichita State has yet to take part.
Well, 3 turnovers combined with 3 three-point field goals from George Mason, and you have what would be a game over if this was ping pong, 9-zip. Shutout time.
Man, your knowledge impresses me every time. You know, this was the problem that Wichita State had the last time that they played. George Mason was 11 for 23 from behind the arc. Tony Skinn was 5 for 10. He has yet to make one here tonight. That's where they have to go inside, which is going to be their advantage. But so far, Mason looks like the more settled team, and nice for Kieran Bradley for Wichita State to get him on the board.
Yeah, he had a big game in the first meeting. Bradley did 17 points off the bench. He's a nice spark, a fuel injector off the bench, and certainly Wichita State needed that. Now, they came back in the first meeting. Wichita State was down double digits in the second half, came back to tie that game, so a long way to go, and Wichita State has enough defensive presence and balance at the offensive end to be able to hang tight.
George Mason has been a most impressive tournament participant at the number 11 seed. They've pushed their lead now to 11-3. We'll keep track for you. Let's get you back to Minneapolis and rejoin Jim and Billy.
Injuries. And after Foy lost it on the drive, Boston College now at the other end, with Frazier having checked in, committing a foul a moment ago.
There's that patience again with Smith.
Williams in for BC, and that shot, well, I was going to say blocked by Sheridan, but he's going to be whistled for the foul. Well, Villanova in its top guns, Ray and Foy, are off. They are extremely off. They have not hit from the floor. In fact, Ray is over 5, Foy over 2. And you always start to wonder, I had this discussion earlier today, is it the dome atmosphere, the depth perception that we often talk about when you get into these domes?
Well, Jim, when you see the dome here, what does it remind you of? The floor doesn't, but it reminds you of a place in Syracuse, New York called the Carrier Dome. So I would say that Villanova probably a little bit better advantage than anybody else. They played up in the Carrier Dome, beat Syracuse up there on Jerry Mack's final home game, 92-82, so they had no problem scoring up there in the dome. That should help them with this perception because those two arenas very similar.
Sheridan from the outside, way short, and Smith pulls it down. Of course, BC, an old Big East team that would have played up there, and this is an experienced team. This is a little more of a cavernous dome than what we're talking about with the Carrier Dome, too. And we're seeing Villanova, though, the one struggling from the outside at the opening of this one.
There's Lowry coming back out with Dudley. I think that Dudley is playing a brilliant game mentally. On the defensive end, he has taken those double teams and doing a real nice job without fouling. Offensively, he's been very patient. That time with Lowry on him, and look, Lowry's given up a lot of size. He's going to have to sit down. That really hurts Villanova.
As he has to sit with the 2 fouls.
Yep.
So Clark comes in, Shane Clark, 6'7" freshman from Philadelphia.
Now, what I said when this game started, which team will have to play the other team's game first? And right now, without question, it's Villanova trying to match up with a bigger squad against Boston College. Big advantage to Boston College here.
Right back out, pin it, 3, too strong.
Dudley on a push against Sheridan inside.
That's his first.
Now it'll be interesting to see. Now it's got to be Foy and Ray's job, Jim. They've got just 2 men in the backcourt. They're playing 3. This is as big as Villanova can get.
Yep, this is it right here.
Yeah, and so you've got the 2 traditional guards.
Unless they brought in Chris Charles.
Yeah, of the guys that play, this is as big as they can get. Now you've got an interesting matchup. Pin it on Foy. Rice on Ray. There's the switch, and they'll be able to go ahead and interchange the switch.
Gone almost 4 minutes without scoring. Cunningham picks up the loose ball.
Nowhere to go.
Oh, that one's picked off. Rice.
Got the numbers. This kid's quick. And he will take a jumper if you don't play him out there.
Kick. Right back to BC.
And this is going to be a very interesting period right now for Jay Wright. He's got his 2 guards, 2 of his 4 guards on the bench. Lowry in some foul trouble, who's the one guard that can also play that defensive end of the floor pretty well against bigger people.
Get it down low with ease. Dudley, though, blocked, and Villanova comes out with it. Looked like Clark got a hand on it. On the drive, too strong.
Push.
And Ray can't get it from the outside or on the drive. Now missed his first 6. while McLean comes off the bench to help the BC cause.
On March 31st, tip T.I. Harris in a new American story. ATL, rated PG-13, featuring What You Know from T.I.'s new album, King, starts March 31st.
This is Gary Poole, married for 10 years but didn't know it until he had fresh brewed premium roast coffee and a McGriddles. It was like he was seeing his wife for the very first time.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Wake up and smell your life.
Introducing the new Chevy HHR. HHR, an American revolution. See your local Chevy dealer.
Introducing the miracle of fusion, a revolutionary technology and a unique idea come together to create new Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure, with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over, a precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. The best shave ever, in metal or battery power. New Gillette Fusion.
It's unlikely your uniform will ever be retired. But maybe it should be. TIAA CREF, serving the retirement needs of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA CREF, financial services for the greater good.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
I've been in both of your bathrooms. It's like a poodle lives under your toilet. That is a really great bra. What kind is that?
I'm not wearing a bra.
You know, you make it really hard to be nice to you.
The New Adventures of Old Christine after 2.5 Men, CBS Monday.
What makes Tiger tick? What makes him so good?
There we go.
Ed Bradley found out, and so will you. Sunday on 60 Minutes.
And he just woke up.
Greg Clark and Seth in New York to update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. And what's happening there is George Mason is riding a barrage of long-range shots. They brought their long-range game with them.
They're one of the best shooting teams in the tournament. They've made 4 or 5 from behind the three-point line. But Wichita State is trying to have dessert before dinner. They're playing too fast, Greg. They're moving too fast. They've got to slow it down, try to get it inside, and play inside out a little more. They've casted a number of quick perimeter shots, which has really kind of fed into this quick, hot start by George Mason.
Yeah, and that's the kind of game that George Mason wants to play. They want quick shots. They want fast break opportunities. Kyle Wilson with the miss there. That feeds the transition. And Wichita State now 3-4-11 from the floor. And the best way to stop a transition is to make shots. And so far, Wichita State not doing it.
Nice spacing by George Mason. Good movement, weak side movement, dribble handoff action. That's why they shoot such a high percentage. They're able to get isolations. Will Thomas, one of the most undersung value-utility guys in the whole tournament, has been dominant in the first 2 games.
Dessert before dinner, and Clark with a piece of cake right off the top today. Let's send you back.
So they stop play. Here was the front end of the one-on-one after a Cunningham foul before the break.
You see, right there comes the elbow, and it goes down. Now, here's why I think it was a good call, the official. There was no advantage for Villanova, immediate advantage at that play. Ball had just crossed half court. Nobody's going to the basket. You want to make sure that the player isn't going to get hurt in case the ball changes hands and come back the other way over the top of him. Big step out on the guards.
And rattling out for Foy.
Nice hands by Williams.
Villanova scoreless now for 5 minutes.
But when you've got guards of this ability, they're going to keep putting that ball up, Jim. Over the top.
Perfectly done, and Smith delivers, and the foul.
Bad foul by Sheridan. You get Smith in there. He's so strong. Let him have the basket as he did down at the other end. See the perfect lob. Dudley and Smith pass as well to each other as any 2 guys in college basketball.
That's his second on Sheridan.
You know, another thing, Jim, to point out about Boston College and Smith and Dudley. Here is what Smith has done in regard to minutes in the ACC tournament, 3 games. 40, 37, 40. In the NCAA tournament, 47 and 39. We're talking about a power post player who's basically played every minute of every game in that 5-game stretch.
Oh, then when you talk about minutes, Dudley played more minutes than any player in the ACC this year, including J.J. Redick. So they're on the floor
and carrying big bodies.
Without sitting, they stay in there throughout. But the 3-point play ups the lead to a dozen.
Here's the problem for Villanova right now. Their front line basically is without scoring punch.
And they triple team Sheridan, but they get whistled for the foul with Sean Williams.
Boston College can afford that foul on Williams and the double team down inside. Again, Dudley coming to double team.
Well, you say the problem is for Villanova right now, they can't score on the inside, but from the outside, Ray and Foy, again, 1 point between the 2 of them so far.
Well, as an example, Clark is not going to be a big scorer in the game. Cunningham's not going to be a big scorer. So you're looking at Sheridan to supplement Ray and Foy, but Ray and Foy are being well handled so far.
As a team, Nova's missed all 8 from 3. Here's Clark stepping in and gets the roll. Well, there you go. Shane Clark.
That's the play he can make from 2-3 feet. I thought Williams would get a piece of that. Good move by Clark.
First field goal in 5 minutes and 40 seconds for the Wildcats.
And here we go, that 2-man passing game inside.
And Ray knocks it out with 21 on the shot clock.
Frazier comes back in. Well, Frazier last year shocked everybody when he came in that Florida game in the NCAA tournament, had the game of the year for him, even despite the knee problem. Florida be coming up, obviously, in the next game.
And Florida remembers him well with 21 points and 15 rebounds. And it is Cunningham coming out with it. Foul against Boston College. It'll be 1-1. That's the second on Dudley. Singular at the half coming up. We've got the live look in at George Mason and Wichita State. Latest tournament news and a singular Naismith update. Greg Clark set. They'll take it away on the singular at the half. So Dudley with second, just talking about all the minutes he plays. They pull him with 2 fouls, and Cunningham, let's see what he can do with the line. 1-1.
Cunningham basically high in postseason play, has been 2 points. Could be a steal here. There's Smith on the floor. You know, he made a shot laying on the floor against Harvard this year while he was sitting on the floor. Hits for 2.
Let's hit it with the 3.
Wide open. And again, this lineup change that Jay Wright has had to go with is not the traditional lineup that Villanova's employed all year to stay no lower than an 8 rank and as high as a 2.
They made 4 baskets, none of them threes. They've committed 6 turnovers. Boy, feeds, jumper, way short. That was Clark.
What you have right now is you have 5 men for Boston College, basically guarding 2 men for Villanova.
Marshall, wow, what a 3, a rainbow 3.
And Jay Wright has got to come back with Lowry. This game getting away from him right here. You got to have another scorer on the floor if you're Jay Wright. Nardi has not come back in.
Well, you got your 2 All-Americas here, Foy and Ray. I don't mean to hammer it home, but they average between them 39 points. They have 1 point through 15 minutes.
But Jim, they're being guarded. Those 2 are being guarded by 5 in regard to the concept defensively right now. There you go.
That's a 2-point shot. Ray.
Nice pullback jumper. No chance for the double team. Smart play by Ray. And the press, see, the press no longer can be effective for Villanova either because they got the big team on the floor, so they can't afford to go out there, go full court, because a guy like this young man right here, Rice, will go right by him.
Frazier out high on Hinnett, double team, and they come away with the steal. Frazier pitches it ahead, and then a double steal by Cunningham. Blocked by Williams. Oh! It looked like all ball. They're going to call foul, though, on Sean Williams' second.
He set a record last year as a freshman with 63 blocks for Boston College. All rookie team. And this year, by himself, basically won the double overtime against North Carolina State by blocking 8 shots. That's a good hustle play by Cunningham, though.
Was it a foul? What do you think?
I think he had all ball. I think that there was body contact, but there's always going to be body contact. But I think most of the energy was caused by the heck of a block on the ball.
Yeah, there was some energy there. You're right. Oates is coming back on the floor, and Lowry for Villanova. Both of those players stepping back in with 2 fouls, and Williams down with 2.
Well, Lowry with 2's got to be really careful, and that's not his style. But he cannot afford to pick up the 3rd here.
All right, Cunningham knocks that one down.
Who's taking the ball out of bounds? Dudley out of the ball game right now. Smart play by Smith makes the referee come to do it.
Easily beat the press. Rice circles back. Smith wanting to challenge Frazier, drives in. That's a charge.
Nice job by Frazier. Despite the gimpy knees, the senior did a really nice job moving those feet as best he can to stay in front of Smith. No question about the call.
For Smith now. It's a 2nd foul.
So dangerous foul problems, Jim, right now on both teams at the 4-minute mark. You got Lowry, you got Smith. Some key players could be in some trouble here.
Foy wanting to get in on the scoring. Villanova puts up the floater, and he's got it.
You know what he did there? He kept that ball and that dribble alive and gave him an opportunity to still explode at the end.
6 unanswered for Villanova. Hinnant, he goes up with it. That was over Frazier and Lowry.
Tough to shoot a ball over a 6'11" man right in your face.
He found out. Smith, so tough. 10-point lead.
Check it out. I got the NCAA March Madness, baby.
You don't have March Madness.
What? Look at me.
Can you follow your favorite teams with just 2 clicks of a button?
No.
Is your bracket with you at all times and constantly updated?
Oh.
Then you don't have March Madness. You have March Sadness.
Well, check this out.
Singular MediaNet. Latest scores, breaking news, bracket challenge. If you've got Singular, you can personalize your phone for college hoops.
You want to see what else I painted?
No.
Singular, raising the bar.
Cheesy Bites pizza from Pizza Hut. A pizza with 28 poppable bites, packed with melted cheese. $11.99 for a large.
One of these days, these bites are gonna pop right into your...
The new Cheesy Bites pizza from Pizza Hut.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, fly to 61 destinations for just $49 to $159.
More people spend time planning for vacation than planning for retirement. Get ready to live the life you've been planning with The Hartford. Because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live. To live your future the way you've always seen it. So see your advisor about the latest products and solutions from The Hartford. And prepare to live.
CBS Sports and Coca-Cola show how fans started up.
We're all part of Orange Crush.
The premier student section in the country. UNC, here we come.
12 hours in the van.
Even though we're only 5, we're gonna be like we're 5,000. I don't expect a voice when I get done with that game.
Woohoo! We are in. A rematch of that championship game last year. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
We are Orange Crush, and we love college basketball. Start it up.
Greg Clark and Seth in New York. Let's update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. George Mason has been consistent from start until now?
Well, they're a terrific offensive team, and they do a nice job defensively mixing it up and keeping the opponent from getting good looks. But the shooting percentage, 9 of 16, they've made 4 of 7 from behind the arc. Good passing as well. Look at the spacing and the nice ball movement. That lane is kept open, so you do have opportunities for one-on-one or dribble penetration. Now they're fighting the shot clock here, holding that ball too long. Somebody's got to make a play.
Yeah, Wichita State, Clark, to me, looks a little bit more comfortable. See, they can get out and run a little bit, but it has to be at their choosing. And this guy, Sean O'Gara, needs to start scoring a little bit. He has 0 points. Remember, he had 23 in their win over Seton Hall. So even though Wichita State's down, I think they're looking more comfortable. They start hitting some shots, they'll be right back in this thing.
In fact, there you see Wichita State started slowly, and they have picked it up a little bit as they are approaching 5:45 to play in the first half, but that's going to go the other way. We'll keep track for you. Let's get you back to Minneapolis, where Boston College enjoys a 10-point lead. Once again, Jim and Billy.
And made those 2 big foul shots that allowed BC to even be in this ball game. Or we'd be looking at Pacific tonight.
Well, and this is the front end of that 1-and-1. Boy, with the feed, and Frazier slams it home.
You can see what's happened with Dudley out of the ball game. How important foul trouble is.
It's interesting. Dudley's been sitting with the 2, but Smith stayed on the floor with 2.
Yeah. Dudley, responsibility out on the perimeter guard people might have been more.
Up, and they turn it over. Hinnett says that someone touched that from Villanova. The appeal, no use. It's going back to the Wildcats.
Al Skinner a little bit dejected. His team had a nice working margin here and in control of the game. Getting very sloppy now.
So again, you may have seen it. Villanova's not hit from 3 in this game. Over 8. There's Foy banking it in for 2 more.
The All-American taking over right now.
Well,
back to the zone press now that they got the 3 guards in the lineup.
And a foul on Allen Ray.
Ooh, he better be careful right there with that referee. You pick up a foul, a technical, and that counts as another foul. He has to be really careful.
How about this? Boston College, 21st trip to the NCAA tournament. That's the most appearances without making it to the Final 4. Most NCAA tournament wins, that is. 21 tournament wins, but never having made it. But 2 wins away from getting there to Indianapolis.
Well, they've had some pretty good coaches that take them to the NCAA tournament. Bob Cousy, Chuck Daly, those are 2 Hall of Famers right there. Tom Davis, Gary Williams, and of course Al Skinner. And you know, thinking back over this great coaching group there at Boston College, Al is now the all-time winningest coach in Boston College history.
He's got 175 wins in 9 seasons, and you know, he's been a coach of the year in a couple of leagues, a national coach of the year consensus back in 01, but won the honor in the A-10 in the Big East, formerly at Rhode Island. Frazier, ball loose, able to save it.
See where Frazier has a hard time going down low.
Travel, boy, he was working on Smith, who had to be careful with those 2 fouls.
Well, not a bad idea by Frazier to go ahead and see if he can't pick up that 3rd one, but Smith is just so strong and his body stays low to the ground. Hard guy to move out of there.
Nardi out. He was just in for about a minute. Shane Clark takes his position.
Nardi's lost some confidence on the offensive end of the floor with his shot. He's had some big games, but he hasn't played well lately. Another dangerous pass.
Right, so quick. Whips it around.
Where is he going?
Out with it comes Foy. Challenging Marshall. Then cut off by Williams, not McLean. And McLean's going to be called for the hand check. His first foul.
Jim, you're going to see some, I think, some uncertainty on Rice's part as to when he should shoot, when he should drive. The last time down the floor, he had a wide open jump shot and went and made a very difficult play. Sometimes it takes a freshman a while to understand the big game. Now Skinner looking at him.
2 shots, double bonus. Andy Foy, who carried the flag for the United States over in Turkey this past summer. The opening ceremony for Jay Wright was the coach at the World University Games. And as you said, Craig Smith of Boston College played for Coach Wright, teammate of Foy.
They won the gold medal 8-0, beating the Russian team handily for the gold medal. And here's that press again. You see Smith taking his time getting his team set up. But it really hurts this club with Dudley on the bench.
Final 2 minutes of the first half. Villanova a 12-1 stretch. Nice little comeback here.
Great comeback. Particularly when you take in consideration they haven't really had their regular team on the floor.
Pressure from McLean. Hit it quickly. Over to Rice. Usually reliable from the outside. And a foul again on Boston College. Just against Marshall.
Rice has been very good in the NCAA tournament so far. Tonight he seems very unsure of himself. When to shoot, when not to shoot. Not playing in the normal flow that he has. It's an instinctive ball player trying to think his way on the court, and it's not working.
First foul called on Marshall, and again it's a double bonus, sending Clark to the line. He's 59% on the season.
And Dudley coming back in the ball game, Jim, with 1:38 to go. Al Skinner saying, I've gone as long as I can without my catalyst here. This lead getting away from him.
There he is.
Yeah.
23 against Pacific in the first round, 20 more against Montana.
He's got to really be careful now, though. You start talking about 1:38 to go, you pick up that third foul going into halftime. I wonder if Boston College may go zone a little bit.
Clark gets 1 of 2. And a 16-point lead down to 4. Ray comes over.
How about that? Dudley and Smith, two guys the key to breaking the press.
Yeah, your two power forwards.
Hey.
You know. Hinnant finds Dudley open. It's going the other way. It's going to be another charge call. Second one on Hinnant.
Boston College has not taken advantage of the great situation they're in. And it's bad decisions on the offensive end. That's the second unnecessary charge by a Boston College player. We saw Rice being very indecisive as to when to take the shot and when to put the ball on the floor. Villanova taking advantage of it. Terrific job by Villanova to stay in this ball game when it could have got away from them early.
Of course, the charge goes down as a turnover. Now 12 turnovers committed by BC in this half.
And last year when they played, Villanova was the one that turned it over. They turned it over 33 times with only 18 assists in the 2 games. Been a big factor in this first half. Not shooting well, Villanova, but they're getting the play really well because Boston College is not getting in their offense.
45 seconds to go in the half. Will they 2 for 1 it here?
Skinner stays with Rice on the floor as his point man.
And Ray knocks it out with 19 on the shot clock.
Dudley had pretty good position on Cunningham inside.
Clark quickly checks back in. Nardi out.
Nice move by Jay Wright. Going offense for defense right now, figuring he's going to get an opportunity to get Nardi back on the floor in case he gets possession. He didn't like that situation in the low post. Senior on freshman right now.
Ray thought he might get away with that, but Hinnant able to hold on to it. BC now 5 minutes without a made basket. Rice with 3 on the shot clock. Hit by Frazier and falls on his tailbone.
Rice stays on the floor. He's up.
College basketball fans, here's your chance to win great prizes. Get your cyber ticket at cbssportsline.com/cyberticket and enter to win now. So Rice trying to walk it off. Again, double bonus at this end as well. He'll shoot a couple.
Young man grew up in the state of North Carolina. Wanted to play college basketball in that area. Moved to Richmond, Virginia, and a good recruiting job by Al Skinner getting him up to Boston College. 70% free throw shooter.
Almost went to your alma mater. It looked like, you know, Wake was in the picture, but, you know, they're waiting around to see what Chris Paul was going to do. And in the meantime, Al Skinner locked him up. Gave Wake a little taste of what they're missing out on. Hit 6 threes in a game against the Demon Deacons this year.
It's a nice move by Al Skinner getting Dudley out of the ball game, even though he knows how valuable he is. He doesn't want that third for Rice. how many times do we see, Jim, a guy who's cold can get to the foul line, make a shot or two there, and get his rhythm back? A nice move here, taking Smith out of the game. No more fouls for him the rest of the half.
They bring Williams in, defensive specialist. Yep. So one more here for Rice.
And you see on the other end, Jay Wright thinking just as well, get Snarty back into the ball game. So because they realize there's going to be a stoppage in clock, they're playing offense and defensive teams. Rice comes out. These two coaches that have known each other for so long know how they play, know their styles, know their tendencies. It's interesting.
Haynes 0-0 in for Boston College as well. So now we're ready for the final seconds of the half.
Tough matchup here with Foy.
It's Haynes defending just in. Foy puts up the shot.
Oh, McLean almost got a piece of that, still got it off.
Timeout called by Hinnant, but less than a second to go. He's saying, wait a minute, we're trying to call timeout before the inbounds pass. That's it.
That was some floater by Foy, wasn't it?
Starting to get a rhythm going, isn't he, Billy?
Yep.
The lead is down to 4.
I want to go over a few things before you leave for Oslo. 80 gig, titanium, Wi-Fi, secure. Should you find yourself sans laptop, check in with this. Bluetooth, broadband, built-in camera.
Secure.
If it's on our network, it's secure.
Encrypted, hacker-proof, titanium.
It's a pen.
Security, powered by Cisco.
A half a second, that's all we have remaining in the first half, and they are taking a look to see if there should be a little more time. As Foy with the shot. And the timeout called. Yeah, maybe
I think so. I think it should be 8/10. Yeah. I think about 8/10 would it get it. Jim, we had, of course, in games last week, we were kidding Jay Wright about it, where Lute Olson, remember, called that timeout that we never saw any hand gesture, nor did he seem to be very vocal. And it stopped the Hassan Adams jumper that went in. And then Jay Wright trying to get, he said, I talked to the officials and said, I want the timeout after the made foul. He's screaming, hollering, and never did get the timeout. So, yeah, we're getting a lot more time than anticipated.
Yeah, 1.1 second.
That changes your game plan as well. No chance to dribble the length of the floor, but a good pass here. Get a shot from 3.
They'll have Hinnant throw it in. And Rice from midcourt. Close. Oh. Well, a 15-3 close to the half for Jay Wright's side. 28-24, Boston College at halftime. Let's send you to Greg Gumbel in New York.
So BC with a 4-point lead, and as they break for the half in Washington, D.C., a minute 47 away from halftime, George Mason leads Wichita State. Glenn Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
George Mason has scored the last 8 points in succession. They enjoy their largest lead in the ball game now. A turnover and a foul, or it's on the base on the sideline. Out of bounds. Tony Skinn had the steal. Field goal percentage 50% and 6 of 9. Bill Raftery from 3-point range for the Patriots.
And that tenacious defense. That time they ran the trap again. You weren't ready for it. You've got to be alert. You got to get a post guy. You can't dribble into the coffin corner here by us.
Wichita State 1 of 11 from 3-point range. They fell behind 9-0. They now trail by the largest margin in the first half. There's a beautiful spin move baseline by Paul Miller, Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year.
Well, when you know where your defender is, what an advantage. You just turn that body, and he's got great use of the offhand.
Patriots of George Mason, Fairfax, Virginia, 20 miles from the Verizon Center here in downtown Washington, D.C. Wichita State, regular season champions of the Missouri Valley. These two teams played on February 18th. Here's Skip, and he is on fire.
He's incredible. The speed of him to get rid of the ball. He can freeze you or blow by you with a dart. Nice cross by Bradley. Oh, a little lingerie on the deck there.
Karen Bradley, who played his first year at Marquette University. 35 seconds to go. Fowler and Campbell, he's hit 3 from long range. There's the trap on the baseline. It's out of bounds. Touch last. Let's take a look at Tony Skinn.
He's a guy that can really shake you with his ability to bounce it, so you give him a little bit of a cushion, a little nylon from deep. He can be electrifying, plays the passing lane. 22 on the shot clock as we return here, Vern.
7-second differential. George Mason 7 of 10 from three-point range. Here's Skinn guarded closely by Bradley. Following Campbell. Skinn, nope. And Paul Miller has the rebound. Karen Bradley is back. 5 seconds to go. Miller with the rebound. He'll take the last shot of the half and miss it.
Pretty good job by Miller. Ran the floor and got a look.
That's the end of the half. George Mason by 16 will send you to Greg Gumbel in New York after this message and this word from your local station.
This boy drives, and it's called on Marshall. That last 5.5 minutes of the half, BC missed 4 shots from the field and turned it over 5 times. Their last made basket gave them that 25-9 lead, and then came Villanova's big storm at the end of the half.
Well, one of the things that you like about Foy, let's say a little bit more even than Ray, and the fact that he is a shooter who is really a scorer. Ray is primarily a guy that's a shooter. So Foy, not hitting well early in the ball game, figured out ways to take the ball to the basket. That could have been Smith's third right there. Found ways to take the ball to the basket. And here you see Boston College playing a little bit more of a matchup zone. And now they go back to their man-to-man.
Nice rebound by Dante Cunningham off the missed free throw. And here's Foy sliding to his right and hitting the 3. And just like that, they've tied the game at 28.
Terrific job. It has been all Foy. First team All-American player, Big East Player of the Year. Playing a smart game, taking what they give him.
Back from 16 down.
And there's where I fault Boston College. They're not getting ready to shoot when they've got wide open jumpers. Taking the ball into traffic. Lowry down inside on Dudley.
Hinnant kicks it back out. Smith loves to survey. Back to Hinnant with 5 on the shot clock.
Not ready to shoot.
Smith will puts it up and rolls off the rim and back to Smith.
Great hands.
So strong, and he draws the foul on Allen Ray. Randy Foy. Took him a while, though, Billy, to get going, and he is hot right now.
It did, but Jim, as I said before, he's a man with a scorer's mentality, and he's not hitting the jumper. He figures other ways to go ahead and make things happen. He was, as example, against Rutgers, 0 for 6 from 3. Comes back against Pitt, 10 for 25, has a 26-point game. Had 24 in that game against Arizona. 4 for 8 threes, so when the 3 is not there, he figures out ways to score.
That second foul on Allen Ray. Now, one more coming here for Smith. Had Boston College, let me ask you this. Boston College never goes to the ACC. Now you've got Craig Smith and Randy Foy in the league. Which one's the player of the year? Going to be a close one, wouldn't it?
Well, I think it would get back to which team finished the highest. Uh-oh, there's Foy in the lane. The referees don't call it. Makes no difference. Smith makes it anyway. Well, I think the reason that BC left the Big East and went into the ACC is because in the NCAA tournament, 10 times an ACC team eliminated them. So they figured might as well join them. They'll have to play them in the NCAA tournament.
Of course, they had that one big knockout of North Carolina back in '94 when Carolina was a 1 seed. That's the last time they took on a 1. They're taking on 1 tonight. Foy missing on the drive. Pulled down big time by Oates.
Yeah, that defeat of North Carolina stopped Dean Smith's incredible streak of 13 straight Sweet 16s.
Well, trying to go back to the Elite 8 is Boston College. 7 minutes plus without a field goal.
And you know who they lost to in the regional finals after getting there that year? Florida, a team we have coming up in the next game. Lon Kruger's club made it to the Final Four in Charlotte.
That was back in '94 again. Down in Miami, they played that game, and it still belongs to BC.
One of the things that BC has not been able to do at all in this ball game is when they penetrate, kick out for the jump shot. Marshall made a couple early in the ball game, but that was against the press. Nice.
Dudley blocked by Cunningham, and he is coming on in this tournament as Dante Cunningham.
Great job coming from the weak side.
Lowry driving, and Oates coming over, collects his third.
There's Oates, who should have stayed on the ground and draw the charge, because Lowry can figure out a way to get that shot off.
Villanova, Boston College. Later, Florida, Georgetown. The two winners on this floor at the Hubert Humphrey Metrodome Sunday.
Jimmy, you don't see many guys that block a Dudley shot when he gets down, or a Smith shot when they get down in low. That was a terrific job by Cunningham. Jay Wright's done a really great job in substitution in this game where things weren't going right early. Went big, forced to go big, and still stayed in the game.
Here's Ray spinning, putting it up, too strong, and Oates able to hold on with the two hands.
There's where I say Foy is a better scorer than is Ray. I think Ray may be a better pure shooter.
Hit it, splits the defenders, puts it up, and Cunningham again comes away with it.
Smith got push under the stanchion. He's got a 5-on-4 now. Should help Villanova.
Lowry trying to feed corner off Dudley. Well, against Arizona, Foy had the big first half, and then Alvin Ray took over in the second.
So that was rather incredible, wasn't it?
They had similar numbers at each half.
Yeah, both 20-point halves. One in the first and one in the second.
So will it occur again here tonight with Ray off the mark in the first and Foy leading the comeback for the Wildcats once 16 down. They brought Nardi back on the floor.
And Smith and Dudley have both been second half players too in regard to their scoring. Cunningham has just beaten Smith to the rebounds.
Ted Cunningham, his confidence growing by the minute in this tournament. He had a 31-minute outing against Arizona, most minutes of his freshman year, and he had a season-high 9 rebounds, and he's been out there a good part of the way here. Three-point shot way off. Loose ball picked up. Smith gets the outlet, hit it up ahead. Dudley, and he lost control of it. Back to Villanova.
Good job by Ray. Dudley picked up, looking for somebody to pass to. Never had control of the ball, but I think that was a pretty good move by Boston College. Maybe to get a fast break or two going, because what's happening right now, Villanova's sending 5 guys to the boards.
Billy, again, you go back to the last 5.5 of the first half, and the first 3+ minutes of this, BC without a field goal. That's over 8 minutes.
And you know what? Smith has touched it, once in that sequence?
And it's Foy up high with it, and Marshall comes in to help out. Well, Smith had one little shot in the lane in this half and rolled off the rim. BC, that's 7 misses over the course of 8 minutes and 6 turnovers.
Dudley down inside on Nardi.
Kick it out. Step up. Marshall, 2-point shot. Yes.
Well, he had to do that. He had to step inside because Sheridan went right out and challenged the jump shot.
That's actually now all totaled 9 minutes, 16 seconds between baskets. But just as Villanova pulls even, 3 unanswered for the Eagles. There's Nardi, blocked from behind by Smith.
See, here they start getting some numbers on the break.
Dudley, second time he lets it slip right through his fingertips.
But Boston College is starting to run a little bit. Pretty good idea. Marshall out that time on the break.
Boy, leading the Wildcat charges.
Pure Dell. It's an uncomplicated approach to unbridled growth. From Unix migration to server consolidation, you can expand seamlessly for a faster return on your IT dollar. And it all runs on Dell PowerEdge servers, featuring the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. So your enterprise doesn't simply survive, it thrives. That's the direct path to success. That's pure Dell.
Ted Ferguson, Bud Light Daredevil. Tonight for Bud Light, I'll perform a stunt that even I'm not sure is safe. I'm gonna let my girlfriend pick out the movie.
2 for Tears Over Paris.
Oh.
It's supposed to be so good. Yeah.
I never thought he would leave me, and now I don't even know how to go on.
Bud Light! Get that Bud Light in there right now.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Everyone was crying around me. I was like, what's up?
You're careful to get just the right crib, the right stroller, the right toys to give your baby the right start. But what about baby's financial future? The strength of the AIG companies means we'll be there for you. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG.
What happened?
I didn't see them.
Oh. Looks like I have to go to Home Depot. Buy all new stuff. Yes.
The new power equipment is here. The Home Depot has the best brands in lawn and garden, all under one roof. Right now, get no payments, no interest on all purchases store-wide of $2.99 or more.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Greg Gumbel in New York to update you on the game in Washington, D.C., where George Mason continues to roll. They lead at 39-25. Will Thomas with the nice points in the paint right there. They led by 16 at halftime. They lead 39-25. Now we'll keep you updated. Back to Minneapolis.
Jim, they can go with the 3 guards and the 2 bigs. Matches up perfectly with Boston College. So not the way that Villanova has played all year when they employed the 4 guards, but Nardi not having a good NCAA tournament. They go with Cunningham, who's played very well, particularly rebounding.
Ray with some nifty dribbling, working on Dudley, and he lost it going in.
Again, here comes Boston College looking to run a little bit more. I think there's good strategy by Al Skinner. Dudley finally catches one, right?
Yeah, I thought he might lose that one too for a minute.
There's Cunningham again, another good defensive play because Smith was wide open if he'd have got that pass to him.
So much experience on the floor for both sides. But when you're talking about Boston College, the 5 starters almost 500 career college games. Here they are, and there's Smith set up perfectly, and the layup finally drops.
Jim, what Smith does better than any of the big guys that have been premier big guys in the country this year, he sits down, so he stays so low to the floor. Those bounce passes that get into him are thrown about ankle high, but he's down so low that he can pick them off and then explode to the basket. Sheridan open on Oates.
Boy, he'll take the jumper.
Oh boy, he is so pure, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he makes great decisions there. He saw the double team coming from Smith. He didn't want to go against him. He made basket, an opportunity to press, but not full court.
He has all 6 in this half for the Wildcats.
Great place to double team.
And it still belongs to BC. Bringing in Clark. And Ray sitting down.
And you notice that they go, Jay Wright has decided to go big whenever he substitutes instead of getting back to his small lineup. Early in the ball game, he realized he's probably going to have to play Boston College's game.
He'll be bringing in Frazier on the next whistle. And that pass, and that's the 3rd turnover of this half by Dudley.
Yeah, Dudley has been a no factor, and we're talking about a guy that has played great basketball in this NCAA tournament.
Go to mycokerewards.com/NCAA to play Coca-Cola NCAA Championship Run 2006.
Well, Matt mentioned last year when these 2 teams played, Villanova was the one that turned it over almost twice as much as they've had assists. In this ball game, it's been just the opposite. Boston College, which normally takes great control of the ball, really throwing it away a lot.
And you talked a couple of times about Dudley's 36-point performance. There's Boy, and it rolls in off the rim. He had that 36-point performance to Dudley in one game against Nova last year. This one, 1 for 5 from the field and 6 turnovers. Here he is, bringing it into the front court.
Well, Boston College, Jim, to give you an example, the last 2 games only turned the ball over 16 times in both games.
Marshall got stuck underneath. Put back Oates.
Got the first 2 for Oates in this ball game. Just inside to occupy some minutes, make sure they don't get any further foul trouble, keep things clean down inside for Smith. Foy is taking advantage of everything. It's a little bit too quick for Marshall.
Here's Lowry, quick move, and Smith rejects.
Interesting about Smith, when you talk about what a great player is, last year he only had 13 shot blocks on the whole year. Shows you how he's a position defender, not a guy that goes off his feet very often.
You know, I look at Smith and I think of one thing: UCLA. It's where he wanted to go. His mother working for the school, actually for the UCLA Medical Center, but not really recruited by the Bruins. Broke his heart. He also would have played for USC, and they didn't show a whole lot of interest either. But he's come east, and he's had some career.
Oh, Lowry got fouled by Smith. No call.
Yeah, he got shoved to the floor, and out with it comes Boston College. Here's Dudley firing the 3, knocking it down.
And Al Skinner says, finally, my star comes alive. And I really believe that pushing this ball up the floor has been an excellent move by Boston College.
Now the last 14 points by Villanova have all come from Foy. And Lowry should have broken that string, but he misses the short one. The arrow is going to Boston College. Here's the inside play of Smith.
Wide body, gets excellent position. He's so strong. And there you see him sitting down and then exploding to the basket. Very difficult, particularly when Frazier's matched up with him, to get down that low. Now you've got Villanova's got Frazier back on Smith. Look at Smith holding off with just one arm. He's so strong.
Here's Marshall. Hot at the start of this game. Back of the rim this time. Long board out to Craig Smith.
Now, how often does he get a rebound without having to jump 20 feet from the basket?
20 feet away. He's got 10 rebounds on the game and tried to get the assist inside, but Foy read it all the way.
Yes, he did. He telegraphed that. Foy. Look at that. Smith almost went to the floor with that fake.
First, it's Sheridan with the shot. Frazier pulls it down. And the foul against Williams of Boston College. Dudley hits the big trifecta, the lead 6, BC.
In this modern world of super technology, you know what really gets under my skin? When a wireless network. So I switched to Cingular's all-over network, the network with the fewest drop calls. And Cingular didn't say that. The leading independent research company proved it. So if you keep, then get Cingular.
Cingular, with the fewest drop calls, raising the bar.
Introducing Papa's new Perfect Pan Meats Pizza.
Yeah, we got it.
Our golden pan crust, deep and square, piled with pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon, with a zesty new Robusto sauce. Try a large Perfect Pan Meats Pizza for just $12.99. $12.99. Call now or order at papajohns.com and we'll deliver.
Better ingredients, better pizza, and now a better pan. Papa John's.
Yeah, we got it.
At GMC, we seek out the world's greatest engineering innovations and put them to use. Introducing the all-new 2007 GMC Yukon. With more power, greater fuel efficiency, and details crafted with exacting precision. It's engineering beyond the drawing board. GMC, engineered to the highest standard, professional grade.
In 1979, Congress authorized the formation of a contingent of elite Special Forces soldiers.
I gotta start at square one every day with you guys to prove myself.
Our missions and our very existence are closely guarded secrets.
The Unit, CBS Tuesday after NCIS.
Greg Gumbel in New York to update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. It's all George Mason. Wichita State, ice cold, 27% from the field. George Mason getting the high percentage shots like Valerian Campbell there. They lead at 43-27. Back to Minneapolis.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Papa John's Pizza and by Lexus.
Jim Nance, Billy Packer, Jim Spinarco. And Boston College saw Villanova pull even with them at 28, but now a 10-4 stretch for the Eagles.
Jim, when you see the three-point shooting from Villanova and you see the field goal shooting percentage, but you look up the scoreboard, just down 6. That was close to backcourt.
It was.
Frazier, I think, had himself back there, though. Didn't take the ball with him. Defense pretty well spread out. Sheridan getting position on Williams down inside, not getting the touch, though.
Here's Clark, and the freshman lost it. Pin it. Tips it over to Marshall.
They got a 5-on-4. Frazier not down court. Somebody's open.
Dudley was trying to hide out in that far corner, but Villanova now reset on defense.
Well, you got Foy down inside on Smith. Smith wants the lob right here. Foy's just holding him. This is terrific inside. There it is.
Over the top, and that's on Foy, as you saw it, Billy.
That was great recognition by Boston College, and the fact that they had the bad mismatch inside. Foy did everything he could to hang on to Smith. And many times teams just aren't that patient, but with this experienced lineup, Jim, they really were patient until they got exactly what they wanted.
This is second on Foy, and Cunningham comes in for Frazier.
Stay there, stay there.
It seems like whenever Boston College gets in trouble, they lob over the top of smaller people.
Smith with Cunningham on his back.
They better double team down in there because Smith loves that spot.
He took advantage of it.
Foy waited too long to go down and double team Smith. And there again is that patience that he has in the low post.
Well, he's got another double-double. Now the 44th double-double of his career. 10 points, 10 rebounds.
And that 10th point, Jim, moves him ahead of Dana Barros, the #2 scorer all time at Boston College.
And drive it in, Foy draws the foul.
And who is it going to be on?
It's Dudley. It is. It's his third. Now he's turning around and saying, well, that's on me.
Well, Hinnett's trying to get the foul on him. Yep, and the official doing a nice job here, waving them away. Say, son, that's the way I called it. And Foy, again, keeping his team single-handedly in this ball game.
He really is, Billy. I mean, it really is a one-man show at the moment. He is still responsible for the last 14 points by the Wildcats, going back to the first half, make it 15 straight for Villanova.
Well, and he's doing it. It's amazing. He came in these first 2 NCAA tournament games, 41 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals. And tonight, he is just doing the job for his team, all by himself, keeping them in the game.
They've got to get Allen Ray going. And it's been a struggle for Allen to this point. 1 basket, that's all. 1 of 9 from the field.
And Ray's on Dudley. So there's always going to be a mismatch here.
Marshall moving in, dumping it in, and the basket by Williams, and a foul on Villanova.
Jim, there is a factor. Williams is a factor that can change things for Boston College in a ball game like this. Not only is a shot blocker, but that was a great catch.
Let's take a look at Powerades. Power in the paint. Here it is. So Sean Williams, sophomore from Texas, Arlington, Houston, Moved around a little bit, but all the way to Boston College, and what a presence he is in there, especially on that defensive end with blocks, but gets the three-point play. And this is the biggest second-half lead for BC.
This is really a critical possession right here. Lowry would like to drive inside, and I think it'd be smart. Get Lowry inside to kick out to Ray.
Ray, jumper, back of the rim. Dudley tips. Sheridan comes down with it. Ray needs one to go, and it's down and out.
Oh, what a rebound by Smith that time. Ray just needs to keep shooting, Jim. Get in some kind of rhythm, and there is a screen, and then Lowry tries to trip Smith.
Lowry was decked.
Well, it was a legal screen, though. Here's Lowry going to come over.
Yeah.
He just never quits.
I'll show you how it works, he says. And Foy shaking off one defender. Ray, one more time.
Yep, he called for it. Yep, that's the thing great shooters do. Just keep putting the ball up. He'll eventually get into a rhythm.
His first three of the night.
And credit that basket to Lowry. Lowry got decked at center court, still stuck his nose and went right back inside, stole that ball.
Well, that was huge. Smith was positioned maybe to put him up double digits. And instead, Nova able to hit a three at the other end. And that's going to be a block foul called on Lowry. Watch him hit the deck right here.
Well, see, this is Smith setting a screen. That is a legal screen. And then you see Lowry trying to trip him. He backs down to no one.
Frazier in, Ray out for a breather.
If you set your position and you give that man that's guarding, and there's Lowry trying to pick up another foul right there. You give him room to get around you, and he doesn't. No problem. There's that interior bounce passing that Boston College does so well.
Well, right back in to Smith. Working on Frazier. Puts up the soft hook.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Frazier did a good job defensively there.
How about Cunningham's play a couple of times here tonight?
Well, you mentioned the 9 rebounds he had in the last game are huge.
He got 7 in this one.
And he never occupies the ball so that he keeps the ball in the hands of the guards. Here's Lowry on a kick out.
Lowry up and in.
He gets down inside. He's not afraid to put the ball up inside or drive it in there and then spin and kick it back out to one of those shooters. And now that Ray looks like he's got a little bit of stroke going, they took Ray out of the ball game, going big defensively.
Going to be bringing back in Sheridan on the next whistle, and a foul before the shot. That one's on Cunningham. And that's his third. Williams with a three-point play for the Eagles to help them to that 4-point lead.
Part of any business walks through the front door every day. Will they be ready? Ready to have ideas? To build relationships? To help customers? And invent new products? Ready to make a difference? If they have the right software, they will. People-ready software. Microsoft. Software for the people-ready business.
This is March Madness on wheels. It starts with the Pontiac G6, bringing more power than Mazda 6 and better fuel economy than Nissan Altima. Pontiac Torrent is the only one in its class with both a V6 engine and sport-tuned suspension standard. And each has a price the competition simply can't touch. Google Pontiac and check the stats for yourself. March Madness on wheels is going on now.
Some things you just can't copy. Like Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. A big, juicy whole chicken breast filet. covered with our own fiery blend of cayenne, chili peppers, and spices. For more meat and more heat. Satisfy your craving for spicy with Wendy's original spicy chicken sandwich. Don't clown around with copies. Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Greg Gumbel in New York. We'll get you back to Minneapolis after we update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. George Mason continues to hum like a well-oiled machine. They've hit half their three-point shots, while Wichita State just 2 of 18 from long range. 45-33 Patriots. Back to Minneapolis.
Well, what a shooting performance in that one by George Mason. And here, Boston College jumped out in front 9-0 and led by as many as 16. Villanova pulling even early in the second half. Then the lead swelled again to 9, only to see Villanova now again making a little run. 7 minutes to go.
Much better matchups with this bigger team out here on the floor defensively. Dudley inside, tries to use that hand and does, probably committing a foul on that, Jim, but no call by the official.
7 on the game now for Dudley.
And there are those matchups that Dudley and Smith get down in the low post, and they're so good at being patient and then making that pass.
Ray, step back 3. And pulled down by Smith.
There's Lowry again.
And that's a tie-up, and that means it's going back to Villanova, the arrow.
Lowry dives for the ball, sticks his nose right in there, and gets a possession for his team.
With NCAA March Madness on demand, you can watch live tournament games from outside your viewing area on your computer for free. Sign up now, ncaasports.com/MMOD. I think Smith's getting tired of Lowry being in his area.
Well, he just is so fearless.
Speaking of fearless, Foy, front of the rim.
Looking for the kick out.
Yep. Comes back to him. Inside, Sheridan and Smith.
Now that was a frustration foul. Now give credit to Lowry, because he frustrated Smith before. Smith trying to go back with a little physicality of his own. And commits the foul, and that could have been more than just a foul on the shot. That could have been a deliberate foul with the severity of the contact.
Well, there you see his third. Sheridan will shoot a couple. What a young man. What a story. He's a student athlete. When you talk about Will Sheridan, an English and communications major, has been writing a diary about the road to the Final Four in the Philadelphia Daily News, and I've been reading them, and they tell me he writes it all, and it is really well-written material.
You read about him, and it's amazing. He's plays the saxophone. He's been a poet,
a class president in high school, two-time Delaware Prep Player of the Year.
Marshall Lowry with the hand idea, trying to take that ball against Lowry.
And here's Ray. Passes up the 3. How about that?
Well, he didn't have the ball in his hands, Jim. That was probably a pretty good idea not to put it up. You know, he knew he was going to shoot, took his eye off the catch. The ball wasn't seated in his hands well. Lowry right now is getting into his game. Penetration, kick out.
And defense.
Yeah, take that ball inside.
Look at, he's got the mismatch with Williams. Looking for someone open. It's Ray. And outside, Marshall's going to be whistled for that one.
Lowry's
hand check.
Lowry's starting to take this ball game over right now in a way that Jay Wright has to love, because it allows Foy and Ray to stay out on the wings and not be primary ball handlers. Wait for the kick out.
Still just 6 team fouls, 1 away from the 1-and-1.
And of course, he always does it on the defensive end. You wonder what Marshall was thinking. I think he's going to dribble that ball all the way down the court without Lowry coming from behind him.
Oh, this is going the other way. Foul inside on Frazier.
The illegal screen, that could have been Smith's 4th.
That's the 3rd on Frazier.
6th team foul.
And that's 6 on the Villanova side. Each team with 16 fouls.
Here's the Boston College bringing the ball up the court with their 2 forwards.
They've got 5 players with 3 fouls.
They send the guards long. The 2 forwards bring the ball up the floor.
Coaching 5 minutes, still belongs to Boston College. 10 on the shot clock. Clark replaces Alan Ray.
Well, what's happening right now, Jay Wright's taking advantage every single time of substituting quickly offense to defense. You notice, you see Ray won't even go sit on the bench. He's going to get right ready to go back in.
Marshall comes around off the screen, dumps to Smith, slips through his hands. Williams, bad shot, but a whistle, and we've got bodies tangled, and Sheridan was stepped on.
Who is the foul going to be on, however?
It's going to be on Villanova. It's going to be on Nova, and Sunday night, 60 minutes, Tiger Woods. Saw Ed Bradley today on the CBS Early Show. For 9 years, he's been trying to garner this interview. He got it, and you'll see Tiger like you've never seen him before Sunday on 60 Minutes. That was the 4th foul on Frazier.
And Jim, in regard to Tiger Woods, we all have to wish his father the very best.
Absolutely.
You know, they've had an incredible relationship that we've all enjoyed watching over the years. I know you've covered him so much. Tiger, remember when he's out at Stanford practicing for the Masters, putting on the Stanford basketball
on the Maples
court.
Pavilion hardwood.
Yep. Great young individual, and quite a golfer, obviously. That should be very interesting.
It's Sunday night on 60 Minutes. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. That's it, with 5 points the difference.
I think what we're going to see the rest of the way is this young man right here, Lowry, making things happen, an offense all his own.
Don't forget about Foy as he drives.
Nice push by Sheridan to clear a little space.
That's off Boston College.
Right now, Boston College could get themselves some easy fast break layups, because what's happening here is Foy's driving to the basket. There is nobody back on defense.
Alan Ray, 3-pointer.
He loves that shot.
He is starting to get it going now. He's hit his last 2 from over there. And that shot brings it down to 2. That's it.
And it's Ray down there. Now he gives it up. Sheridan on Smith. Smith would love to get Dudley inside, and great job!
Lowry with the steal.
Is he unbelievable?
And foul outside on Smith will be his 4th.
And how about what he does to Williams? He takes his arm and puts it right through Williams' chest after he knows the foul's been called. He backs down to no one. He has been the man in this game.
But look at this moment with 4 fouls on Smith.
This is huge right here, and Lowry has been the man of the hour right here. He's creating an offense with his defense and with his penetration.
Clark coming in, Ray again. This is that offense-defense, defense-offense switch, and it's a 1-and-1. Lowry with the chance to tie the game at the line.
Now, Lowry on the year, Jim, has only taken 16 3-point shots. Now, if you're looking at those stats and you say, how can a guy playing in a 4-guard offense only take 16 threes? The reason for it is he drives to the basket.
He made half of them.
Yeah, he created, right.
And short on the tying attempt. Lowry with 5 steals.
Now, really, if you're the key, even if Smith's touched the ball, they should really surround him with people to see if they can pick up the foul on either end of the floor and get the big guy out of there. Sheridan's on him down there.
Dudley takes the jumper.
Not there.
Rebound Villanova. Looking for the lead. They've never led in this game. Foy, and rattles out. Skying for the rebound is Williams.
Williams got that rebound. You saw Lowry come from backside, almost steal it again. That was a good look for Villanova.
That was their first chance to lead in this game.
You know, I think guys that have Lowry guarding him, when he puts his hand on him, they should smack it away. He gets much too hand check. You see that?
Here's Smith with Sheridan guarding him. He blows by him off the glass. No.
Williams, nice job.
Puts it up and one. A chance for a second 3-point play of the half.
I told you this big guy can be a difference maker. throughout this tournament.
Ron Williams picks up the loose change. He'll be going to the line when we come back.
Yeah. 3 years ago, we introduced the most powerful GTO ever. With 400 horsepower, it starts at a price the competition can't touch.
I just set my soul on fire.
Car and Driver calls it an incredibly gratifying car. Find yours at Pontiac.com/GTO.
More Americans are choosing the great taste of Miller Lite. 2.5 million in just the last year. Imagine 2.5 million new Miller Lite drinkers joined together across this great nation from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. But after doing the math, we found that 2.5 million people would only get us halfway, landing on somewhere in the Midwest. But with more Americans choosing Miller Lite every day, you can almost smell the ocean from here. The taste revolution is calling. Pick up the phone.
Good news. I got promoted.
Better news, they got DirecTV. My new office has a clear view for miles. My DirecTV has 155 crystal clear channels. I have a $1,700 expense account. I have over 1,700 movies every month. I meet with the CEO every Friday. I meet the Fockers whenever I want. I just got an assistant. I just got 3 months of HBO, Star, Showtime, and Cinemax for free. Can you give me the number for DirecTV? No. I don't think she heard me.
Get over 155 channels for $29.99 a month. That's half the price of cable. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, fly to 61 destinations for just $49 to $159.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Until that win, I had never won a major championship with my new swings. When I absolutely needed, no choice, no chance of bailing out, I gotta have it right now. I hit my 2 bests all week. The feeling I had when I hit the 3-wood off the tee and the feeling I had when I hit the 8-iron, it was it. And then to do it on the biggest stage when you had to have it, it's pretty sweet.
3:07 on the clock, and Boston College, Sean Williams heading to the line for a free throw to complete a 3-point play. They lead by 3 as Villanova has rallied twice in this game, Billy. Once from 16 down to pull even, and then 9 down, only to see Boston College respond every time. BC has never trailed in this one. And you said this young man right here, 6'10", sophomore from Houston, could be the difference maker.
He can. He can make spectacular plays on both ends of the floor, as we've seen on 2 occasions so far tonight. Nardi coming into the ball game, who has been sitting a long time and coming in without confidence, Jim. This young man Williams made his last free throw on a kind of a banger. He's only a 51% free throw shooter.
This to get it back to the halftime margin. And Sheridan brings it back for Villanova. A 3 to tie.
Lowry out of the ball game, getting a slight rest, getting ready for the going down the wire part of this ball game.
You mentioned Nardi. He's played only 9 minutes tonight.
And playing with a look on his face that is not one of confidence.
Boy, driving on Marshall, puts it up softly, and we're down to 1. A 1-point game here in Minneapolis.
You know, I'm not so sure in a ball game like this, you don't box in 1-4 to rest it away. Cheap foul on Nardi.
Be 1-1.
Isn't that funny? Nardi comes in the game and touches a player. It's a foul.
Yeah.
Lowry goes out of the game. He hammers people constantly and never gets called.
Well, Lowry is about to check back in. Dudley going to the line.
You know, sitting down to our right is John Thompson of Georgetown. Let me tell you, Lowry is a John Thompson. I'm talking about the father, John Thompson. He is a John Thompson player. That's the way Georgetown used to play defense.
Of course, Thompson's son, John Thompson III, will bring his Georgetown team on the floor against Florida next year. Dudley has made all 14 free throws in the tournament and missing the front end of the 1-1.
Smith with the hands, but can't hang on to it.
BC only 8 of 16 tonight from the charity stripe. Villanova again with a chance to take its first lead of the game. Boy, Puts it up, and he's going to the line for 2.
So strong.
Rolly Massimino. I tell you one thing about when you're stuck in the stands, you don't have any room to pace, any chance to go up and down.
The jacket can't come off.
That's right. And just foul on Marshall, by the way. 2 shots coming up for Foy.
Remember, went to the Final Four. Raleigh started wearing those high-priced suits, but he would have them all wrinkled up, thrown in the stands, shirt sweated through.
Clark back in, Lowry out.
Boy, great job by Jay Wright tonight with this offensive, defensive substituting. And he's been able to not get caught because there have been so many opportunities to shuttle guys in and out.
Okay, Foy to give Villanova its first bleed. And he's done it.
Some comeback.
22 points by Foy, 14 coming in this half.
One of the things BC has not taken advantage of is breaking against this pressure. They wanted it to be a half-court game at a time and have never taken advantage.
Bodies down underneath. Hinnant goes back out. Ugly fakes the shot. Sets up Hinnant, the senior. 3. No.
Oh, good catch by Smith. He gets fouled. No call.
Tipped around, and out with it is Alvin Ray.
Smith is getting frustrated.
Talk about frustration. Al Skinner can't believe there was no whistle. And a timeout, Jay Wright and Villanova. 1:38 to go. And as you expected, we're coming down to the wire at the Metrodome.
I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go, real slow. Baby, like this is perfecto.
Never really knew that she could dance like this. She make up her head wanna speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Picasa.
Shakira, Shakira.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight. Every time you monkey child, you take my breath away. Every time you move like that, I gotta get down.
Even those who spent their entire lives around trucks have never seen a truck like this. The Honda Ridgeline, the Motor Trend 2006 Truck of the Year.
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp, finish clean. Stay cool in the heat. Gatorade Rain.
Some things you just can't copy, like Wendy's original spicy chicken sandwich. A big, juicy, whole breast filet, covered with our own fiery blend of peppers and spices. For more meat and more heat. Don't clown around with copies. Do what tastes right.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
She's a prodigy.
She has the brains to murder.
You don't think I could have done it?
New CSI Van.
What are these?
What does it look like?
Just back off. No, this is a problem, Mark. Tell me how to help you.
New Without a Trace, CBS Thursday.
Villanova has the lead and possession. With 1:38 remaining, they're on a 15-5 run right now, Billy, to mount a second comeback in this game.
And Jimmy, you've got to love their chances right now because now the game shifts to a guard game. And with Lowry out there on the floor with Ray and Foy, you got to figure the ball in Lowry's hands. You got Ray, I think, back into a little bit of a rhythm. You got Sheridan and Cunningham. Cunningham has done a terrific job off the bench in regard to rebounding and solid defense. Foy has been able to go ahead and take Marshall on the drive, and they are spreading it out. Jay Ray looking very calm over there, isn't he, with his ball club? Of course, they Only lost to teams that have been ranked all year.
Ray puts it up. Oh, blocked by Williams. And he fights for it with Sheridan on.
Oh, they're call a travel. I can't believe that call. He was pulled to the floor. Al Skinner is right.
Al Skinner still fuming about the no call at the other end earlier.
The two bad calls. This is a great block by Williams. He gets the ball. Now watch, he's going to be pulled to the floor here. And they call that a walk. He never did actually go to the ground with the ball. That is hard to believe.
Goes down as the 21st turnover of the night.
Well, 2 calls going against BC, and of course, off the clock. A lot of time here, which really helps a team that's guard-oriented.
And Lowry content just to...
Well, see, they don't have to worry because they can penetrate. When you got 3 guards like this, it can be in the hands of any one of the 3 as the clock's going down.
Well, 6-second shot clock. Boy, working on Dudley, puts up the shot. Off the glass and in.
What a roll. But what a blessing that Jay Wright has. He's got 3 guards, all of which can take you one-on-one in that kind of situation. Big advantage, Villanova.
Boy, with 24 on the night. Timeout, Boston College.
Puts it up. Yes!
It's what draws the fans and keeps them wanting more. It's the thrill of the fast break, the freedom of the open lane. It's your blood pumping, your heart pounding, and knowing this is an experience unlike any other. Performance like this is simply unforgettable. Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA.
We are back, and Boston College with possession down 3. Now they, of course, were so close to getting knocked out in the opening round to Pacific, and throughout that 2 overtime battle, Hinnant, their point guard and senior co-captain, kept telling his teammates, I'm not going home.
Jim, what happens right here? Al Skinner calls a timeout. He wants a little bit more rest. It didn't feel in that short timeout he could get the message across, so he calls another.
So back-to-back timeouts. We'll join them back in a moment to Minneapolis.
Only 1 in 4 people are very confident they have saved enough for retirement. Who can help you feel more confident about your future? The Hartford. Prepare to live your future the way you've always seen it. See your advisor about the latest products and solutions from The Hartford, because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live. The Hartford. Prepare to live.
BC burns a couple of timeouts, still with 2 in the pocket, though. And what will they do, Billy? Will they go for the 2 or look for a 3 at this point?
Well, what's so difficult is the fact that you got to be thinking 3, and I'll tell you why. And maybe not the traditional thing to do. I'm surprised Rice didn't come all in the ball game, although he played very shaky in the first half. And the reason I say that is Villanova, with the 3 guards, are so difficult to take the ball away from on the other end of the floor.
Inbounds, tough to get in, but Smith able to bring it in.
Well, Smith.
Here's Hinnant to tie the game. And rebound on the floor. Williams battling with Cunningham.
And that's going to be Boston College ball.
On the arrow.
That's good hustle by Williams and Cunningham. Cunningham has been terrific off the bench. This is some rebound. Both battle for it.
Look at this. There's a little strength in there.
Yep. But a good idea, I think, to go for 3, because Al Skinner realizes the great ability of the Villanova guards. It'll be tough if you don't match them here.
Here's Dudley. 3 to tie. Yes! Wow! Jared Dudley ties the game with 28 seconds. Timeout, Villanova.
And I really think here, if you're Boston College, try some unusual defense. You can't let them spread you out again.
BC hits the shot to tie it.
You're a changed man.
How's that?
You got off that train back there, you did two things you never done before. At least not at the same time. You shook my hand, and then you looked me square in the eye. Where'd that come from?
We are back. Jim Nance and Billy Packer, along with Jim Spanarkel. And Jared Dudley hits the big three. We had the angle on it. I didn't think that was going in, but you thought he might have been fouled on that shot, huh?
Jim, I'm going to give you a crazy strategy here. Now, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. Cunningham is a 37% free throw shooter. He's still out on the floor. I think you foul Cunningham as quickly as you can for some reason, because you don't want the ball in the hands of these guards to be able to go down for the last shot.
Yeah, he'll probably never touch it anyway, never see it.
Well, you know, might go over and hold them. Let him
okay.
You got to get the ball out of the hands of these guards.
It's not getting anywhere near him here. It's in the hands of Lowry. He'll try to send him to the Elite Eight. Here we are down to 10 seconds.
I love what Villanova has done to get back into this ball game.
It's going to be Foy to decide it. Foy with three. Foy looking. No, it's Lowry. And the shot is blocked by Williams.
That's what he did against North Carolina State.
Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable block. Jay Wright doing a terrific job clapping for his team as they come over, looking extremely confident. Al Skinner gets the shot blocker to do the job at the end of this ball game. Look at Lowry's wide open. Terrific good defense on Foy.
They had him shut down.
Yes, they did.
And look how far he comes over here. You talk about playing long.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Sean Williams blocks it. And all this journey for Boston College on the road to the Final Four. A second overtime game of this tournament coming up. To a 5-minute overtime. And as I said, going to the break, Boston College's first game in this tournament went 2 overtimes against Pacific.
Well, that block by Williams was reminiscent of a 2 overtime winning game that Boston College had at North Carolina State. Williams had 8 blocks in the game, and that's how he basically ended the ball game.
Well, he's going to start the overtime, jumping it up with Cunningham. Those two who tangled and rolled over one another late in regulation. And here we go. Tipped around, and they're going to do it one more time. Here's a little nugget for you. Boston College has won its last 8 overtime games. Hasn't lost since back in 2003 in an overtime game.
But you also got to remember advantage Villanova here in regard to those fouls. That time Williams went and stole that.
Yeah, I think on the way up.
Yes,
right?
He sure did. But you got to remember, here you got Smith with 4 fouls. You don't get extra fouls in overtime. There's that chest-to-chest guarding.
And here's Smith driving, puts it up, and out to Cunningham. He traveled.
Smith is wondering, what do I have to do to get a foul? He's laying down on the floor, trying to get the ref's attention, and they're ignoring the big fella. Here's the drive to the basket. And he was not fouled.
There was nothing there. Nothing there.
They just try to get something.
Well, they feel like they're owed a couple after a few of those late in the regulation. Lowry is out of the lineup right now for Villanova. They got Frazier in on the defense. Williams. And out long to Foy.
Big lineup on the floor right now. 3 big men.
They did some job on shutting down Foy. And Sheridan hits the turnaround jumper. Foy at the end of regulation. They just double-teamed him and closed it off.
That was a real nice play that time. Frazier offensively to Cunningham, and a good post-up move by Sheridan.
First field goal for Sheridan. Earlier had a couple of free throws.
Good double down.
Hinnant with the 3. And that's Frazier. Tie up, and the arrow is going to Villanova.
And here comes Lowry in the ball game, and again, that's substituting offense for defense.
Florida and Georgetown backstage They're told they're going to have to wait a little longer before they take the floor here.
Ray goes out of the ball game. Nardi back in, so they stay with the 3 guards. Frazier goes out. 2 bigs. This has been a terrific game from a coaching standpoint. Realizing these teams know each other so well. Jay Wright doing a great substitution job to get his team back in the game. Al Skinner doing the job to try to stop Foy.
Basically with the same players. They split last year, a pair of games, a 1-point game and a 6-point game. So a similar battle breaking out here in Minneapolis. Foy, 3-pointer, wow, right over Marshall.
That's why he's a first-team All-American and Big East Player of the Year. And he wants the big shot. He's powerful, drives in.
First 5 of the overtime to Villanova.
Nice working margin here for a team with the guards.
Over the top, Dudley got away from Foy.
No question, that was a foul by Dudley. He pushed Foy from behind. Both teams getting some breaks with the officials.
Substitutions in this game. Look at that. How about that stat?
Well, what's been so great about it is the way Jay Wright has been handling these substitutions. It's just been perfect. You know, there's a stoppage in time, and he gets a guy in. There's Lowry again with the push. No call.
Randy Foy has 27 of their 56. He's looking for more. Weaving past 2 Eagle defenders and tipping it up once. And in for the rebound is Williams.
And did a good job keeping that ball alive. If he had a teammate there, it would have been an easy layup.
On the baseline, Marshall. Back to him now, driving it.
What kind of pass was that?
He's lucky he got it back. Well, you don't do that at this point. And Smith has a chance to tie the game.
That was almost a sequence that you could not diagram.
Wow.
In regard to what Marshall did. He was so lucky here, and his behind-the-back pass came right back to him.
And
there are those good hands. Yep, there are those good hands inside.
A little more the conventional way with the assist.
Smith is moving his wrist around like it is his left, so he's a right-handed shooter. It shouldn't bother him, but it looks like he fell on that wrist.
Chance to tie the game.
Long.
Well, they're getting killed at the line tonight. 8 out of 17, the Eagles.
I think Smith's wrist,
yeah, it's something wrong.
It's really bothering him.
Yep. Still holding on to it.
Yeah, it shouldn't have bothered that shot. As I said, it's his left wrist, and he's a right-hand shooter.
Foy over Williams.